United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This meeting will be audio tape, and the first order of business is to recognize the citizens of this community and welcome them. In sharing this meeting tonight is elected Vice President in the absence of President Mr. Neal, working out of state for this national program. This time I'd like to open the meeting for public comment, reminding you that please announce your name, your address, and your order of business, and you're on 5-minute call. Who's first? Michelle?
Mickey Langham, Garfield Street. First of all, I'd like to invite everybody to the Memorial Day service at 9 o'clock here. Our speaker is going to be Stephen Woodside. He just retired from service on April 1st. And Bernie, I would like you to ask the borough workers if they'd put a handicap parking out here, since the police officer has the parking out back where our handicap was. We have to have it because we're a public building. Just the first one, the second one you can still keep for parking for fires. Okay.
Captain Hagan, next in line, who's it? Mr. King.
Klein, Garfield Street. There's a food vendor set up down at AutoZone parking lot. And I was wondering if he's going to be there all summer long. It is kind of an eyesore when you look out your windows and you see this thing. And AutoZone pretty much keeps their place looking pretty nice, but there's usually 4 vehicles down there that belong to those people. And if they're doing that well in business, why don't they move into a permanent site instead of being an eyesore down there?
Thank you. Captain Hagan, you can investigate that later.
Yes, sir.
Follow through with it, please. Who's next? Sir.
Michael Hawley, 363 Butler Road, Kittanning. Anything about the grass cutting by my business? Because I know the borough was going to look into it. I know Cliff was which he found out with PennDOT and everything. And the borough, my understanding, was going to maintain that. And also the Citgo property. And with people in public safety, I'm disappointed, with you, Bernie, because I keep bringing it to borough's, council meetings about the safety. Again, top of that culvert, we got vehicles parking on top of it. As at the very beginning, I told you and showed you in front of the bays how that small hole began, and you know how big that hole is now. And you know as well as I do, the way that culvert runs, the top of the roof with vehicles parking on top of it is putting weight on it. It's just a matter of time before that culvert does collapse. And we're gonna have, the vehicle when it collapses 5 to 6 feet down, but still, we should try to prevent some kind of catastrophe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Captain, I hate to be you on this, but as part of public safety, would you investigate that and pay a visit and see what needs to be done or what the complaint might be?
Yes, we've already taken in information with regard to that particular set of circumstances. The property owner has the liability responsibility for that particular section, and we've sent information over to try to get in contact with that individual to address that issue. It's taken a little bit of time for them to make any kind of response to it.
I think possibly it's time, Captain, you enforce ordinances, and I would urge you to what the grant might be, if there's a problem, particularly if it's public safety involved. Let's move in that direction, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holly.
Did you actually get a letter back from them?
We did not yet.
I read a letter stating that they wanted to point out specific safety concerns.
We haven't received a letter back from them.
If I may say, Bernie, you do know what I'm talking about, correct? The top of the culvert, the way that small hole begun?
I understand where you're at, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're very definitive on that. I'm going to have him address it with you to make sure that.
Okay.
the same way.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're still taking the public comment. They've been good ones. Excellent. Madam?
Carol Augustine, Cleveland Street. Have a couple of issues tonight. I noticed the day before last council meeting, the ad was put in to put the building of the new building out to bid. And solicitor, correct me if I'm wrong, but does that not have to be at a council meeting, a motion made and seconded before that can be advertised?
Before it can be advertised to go out to bid?
Yes.
I thought we'd already done that. We didn't
No.
do this meeting.
We combined everything in one motion.
There was not a motion made for the demolition either. I looked back through the minutes, there's nothing.
I stuck my hand up for a motion in that same respect.
Well, if there was one, it was not recorded in the minutes, and I don't have it in my notes. But if it was, then it was just for the demolition. It was not for every item.
Okay, thank you.
My next issue is on the morning of April 30th at 6:30 in the morning, there was a borough worker doing work for the water authority. Does he indeed work for the borough, or does he work for the water authority? And it's my understanding that the borough workers are paid for out of tax dollars. And if he's working for the water authority, then he needs to work for them, and get a paycheck from them.
What's the date on that?
4:30 was a breakdown on,
Thank you. We'll address
Present.
that. Anything else?
yeah, at the December meeting, Officer Gahagan was appointed to officer in charge. Was there any pay increase in that? And if there was, it needs to be made public, a motion made at a public meeting saying the amount of the raise, if there was indeed one. And in conjunction with that, at the last special meeting, there was a 40-minute executive session. The council members present came out and made a motion to retain a current borough employee. We asked them who it was or what it was about, and we were told it was none of our business, that they knew what they did. Council wonders why the residents of West Kittanning are so upset with them, and it's issues like that. Was someone suspended and they were brought back? Were they off sick and they were brought back? It should be made public what's going on. Or did somebody get a promotion? I mean, all that needs to be brought to the public's attention. And motions made, not vague motions, and then tell us it's none of our business.
Very well. For your benefit, we're running out of time, so we'll address that. You've got 2 minutes.
Okay, well then, was the issue with the children that were arrested by the state police last August, that at that meeting it was brought up to the then solicitor that they could be arrested for being out after curfew, as it happened at 2:30 in the morning? Has that ever been taken care of yet? Or is that still a surprise to everybody?
That'll be addressed also.
And the vendor issue that was brought up at Advanced Auto Parts, do outside vendors have to get permits? Do they have to pay a permit, or is that if they're on private property, they don't? Does anyone know?
I'm not sure I can go on
Like,
LA Taco had applied for and received like a
Excuse me,
transient
you're
business
using up our
permit.
time. You're using up our time.
Just curious. Okay, that's all, and then the auditors have a comment to make at, the committee report, unless you want it now.
Better give it to us now.
Okay. This isn't part of my 5 minutes, this is an audit issue. In the course of the audit, which we were elected to conduct, it has come to our attention that there is a serious problem with the payroll. We are not completed with the audit, but felt that this issue needed to be brought to the attention of both council and the public. As everyone should remember, when the audit report was given for 2011, and it was decided that payroll was going to be brought in-house, two of the auditors, Carol and Sherry, offered to help Carly get QuickBooks set up properly with attention to payroll, as Carly has never dealt with QuickBooks before. The offer was quickly dismissed by Michelle Cogley, as she stated that she was a QuickBooks expert and that she didn't want or need our help. This information was taken in good faith by the auditors that payroll would be taken care of. This was on September 17th, 2012. In our findings for the audit of 2012, we have found out that payroll taxes were not submitted for any of the taxes from July of 2012 until February of 2013. That's approximately $25,000. Payroll taxes are to be submitted in a timely fashion. There are different schedules for each type of taxes. For example, federal taxes, including Medicare and Social Security, are to be submitted on the Wednesday following the pay date, if the pay date is a Friday, which is the case here. That is every other week, not 7 months later. The other taxes also have very specific schedules. When talking with Carly about this, we asked about the setup of QuickBooks, specifically payroll. She said that she had asked Michelle for help and was told that she herself didn't know how to do it and was struggling to figure it out for another entity that she was doing the books for. As with any late filing, especially for taxes, there will be late fees, penalties, and interest assessed from all taxing authorities. The complete total is not yet known, and there will be fees for the first quarter of 2013 because that was also late. The balance in the borough account at year end is grossly understated, as roughly $25,000 will be spent on taxes and fees. In talking with the IRS regarding this issue, there was a mention of a misappropriation of funds that may need to be investigated. The payroll is just a portion of the financial arena. It concerns us greatly that someone that states that they are an expert really doesn't have the knowledge needed to be in a position of decision-making and responsible for the borough financial well-being. It is at this time that the auditors are requesting the immediate resignation of councilperson, finance chair, committee chair, Michelle Cogley, with possible further disciplinary actions in the future for her and possibly others. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Concerning the auditors, I congratulate you for your precise and extended service that you're doing. These very items that were mentioned are can certainly be corrected, and I would like at this time to name you and Madam Cogley, the Secretary and Treasurer, to meet with the three auditors and try to circumvent whatever problem might be here so they can get their audit finished.
We are working on the audit right now. We are filling out the reports. The payroll issue is a whole nother issue that we've spent 2 or 3 weeks trying to get figured out. So we are trying to finish the audit because the audit matches into the money that was actually spent, not what should have been spent. So we are trying to get that audit finished. And then the payroll issue is a whole other issue that we are working on. We all have real jobs, and we work at least 3 nights a week, most of the time 4 nights a week on this. So we want to be done with it too.
Excellent.
And they can't really help us with the audit because that's the idea of the audit.
It's just an oversight on what programs you've carried out that we can.
A full report will be given at a council meeting.
Okay, well, I'd like that report finished
So
as
would
soon as
we, Barney.
possible. Okay, and presented
So would we.
accordingly. Again, thank you so much for what you're doing. It's kind of an endless thankless job, but you're doing well, and we appreciate what you're presenting ahead of us. Again, on behalf of the council, I thank you. And thank you for your indulgence to running over your time. That was good information. Anybody else? We're free. Thank you for everybody that made comments. It's good to see the citizens out tonight, and we appreciate your indulgence with what we have. Take care of it. I've submitted the mayor's report there too, if you want to right here. You open it. That's it. Okay, excuse me. Matter of recognition, I'd like the motion to approve the minutes, please. Or pass me. Motion by Mr. Trudgeon to approve the minutes of the past meeting. Second.
I was second.
Second by Cogley. All those in favor? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, can I hear the mayor's reports, ma'am?
The end of month report for April 2013. We had an abandoned vehicle on Pine Hill Road. There was a vehicle left in the middle of the road. The vehicle towed and the owner was cited. We assisted 5 police agencies, one with a theft at Walmart and a very uncooperative suspect, and another with a DUI which started in Kittanning and ended up in West Kittanning, and a third a domestic dispute, and a 4th was an arrest warrant, and a 5th was a domestic dispute. All incidents were cleared without incident. A trespassing call was cleared, a vandalism call cleared. They spoke with residents about not riding ATV vehicles on Boro streets, and if it continues, they will be cited. For public safety awareness, with the increase of warm weather, it is advised for the public to make an effort with locking their homes and vehicles, as we have observed more people in the street. We have increased patrols later in the evening. We have increased traffic enforcement, stop signs, and other traffic violations. Please follow all vehicle code. A banking scam is also being conducted via the telephone. The phone number is out of Jamaica and money transfer to Augusta, Georgia. Please contact the police department or the FBI office in Pittsburgh if someone is attempting to get you to transfer money to help an out-of-state relative. It is a scam. Home construction scam was reported. A white male and a white female will attempt to get elderly citizens to agree to construction on their home. An example would be windows or your driveway needs repaired, and they will ask for personal information or money. They're trying to do this during daylight hours. Do not give money or personal information, and attempt to get the plate number if they come to your home. They're trying to scam residents of Boro. Make sure doors are locked at all times. There were 0 non-traffic arrests. There were 10 traffic citations issued and 2 written warnings.
Thank you. And you confer with the captain of those reports. Thank you, sir. Committee reports. Do I have a committee report? Any committee reports from the floor?
Yeah, the only report we have is the building, and I don't know the dates, 29th, special meeting.
29th, we had a special meeting.
Open bids. And then we'll have to have a, form, if they're going to attend that meeting. That's the report I have.
Your report is on the 29th. Is that daylight? Is it through the day?
It is,
Wednesday.
yeah, it's,
So, is it 4 o'clock?
So Wednesday at 6:30.
6:30? Any further committee reports? Unfinished business. Unfinished business. Anything unfinished, Madam Secretary? Well, that's. you have a contractor there or something? Did this just appear?
I think we need to do a motion before we pay it.
No, that's what.
I need a motion here to, from the itinerary here to pay Infinity invoice, third and final.
I'd like to make that motion, Mr. Vice President, to pay
Would you state,
Infinity.
please state your motion, please.
I'd like to make a motion, please, to pay Infinity the final installment for the demolition work on the old school building.
Do we have that figured?
Total amount payable is $3,090.
$3,090, decimal 00,
3090.
001.
decimal 0.
Yes.
Thank you. Is there a second on that?
I'll second it.
Second, Mr. Treasurer. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Now, obviously, that was an unfinished business. Do we have anything further than unfinished? Let's go into new business.
No, you
Oh,
need to do
you
that
have something else? Okay, you have something else? Line item number 4? Motion to increase Mr. Graham's rate of an hour of $2 for, that would be out of the liquid fuels, to $13.69 an hour. Did I hear that motion? Anybody?
When are you gonna make it? I heard that statement.
You make the motion? Do I have a second?
Are you making? Are you making it?
It's a-
No, I just did one.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Yeah, it's a, do you want me to read that again? You want to read that?
So, motion to raise Matthew Graham's hourly rate from $2 to a set rate of $13.69 effective this date.
I mean, I didn't have a part in that, but I agree with that. So I don't know anything else.
That's a non-budgetary, and it will be paid from the liquid fuels for street work. Okay. I have a motion, and I have a second. All those in favor? Opposed? In favor. Carried. Next, do we have a motion to accept agreement by, is that transportation? I'm sorry? I can't hear you, man. Oh, we are in new business, okay. Let's go, new business. Yeah, we're in new business now.
Sounds good. Is that the MCTA contract?
I see motion to accept the agreement with TACT. I think we have our representative in the house tonight. Sir? Mr. Morris?
What do you want? I'm here.
Well, we're discussing the contract.
Oh, well, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Just
I brought it at the last council meeting where it was apropos that we didn't have a quorum here to take care of borough business. And I gave the contracts to Carly so they can be signed, so I can get them in back to my board to comply with Act 44 of the state and federal government. At this present time, all you need to do is sign it and initial how you want to pay it, either all in full or in 12 equal payments. And I will take the contracts back down so we can go ahead and submit them to the state. So we can get our money. This $3,000 here plus everybody else's comes to about 50-some thousand. And with the matching funds from the state and the federal government, we can come up with almost $250,000 in match. That's why we have to have these contracts signed.
I've read several of them through the years. Is there any increases, Henry, or is that still the same contract?
What?
I said, I've read several of them through the years. I said, is that the same contract?
They're worded the same. The only thing the difference is that there's a 5% increase every year, and that's mandated by the feds. We have nothing. We could either go at 5% on all the way up to 20%, and as part of the board, we feel that the boroughs cannot afford a 10 or 20% increase. That's why we have been keeping it at a minimum of 5% over the years.
Mr. Morris, you reiterated, I guess, concerning the contract and the agreements, I guess what I call it. What's your preference on paying?
It's up to you. If you want to pay it in 12 payments or you want to pay it in quarterly payments, it's every borough has done it differently, such as Applewold's paid theirs in full, Kittanning's paid theirs in 2 payments, Fort City's paid theirs in 2 payments.
I think that's what we've done in the past, 2 payments.
No, we've actually historically paid it in a lump sum
Yeah.
as soon as possible, and that should be feasible this year also.
All right.
So,
Just draw a line down through it and
okay.
stated it'll be paid in one lump sum. Because it makes it easier on our bookkeeper.
Okay. On behalf of this agreement, I know history will show that we were one of the organizing boroughs on this very endeavor, and I personally think it's a great thing, and it'll continue as long as we have good representation. And if we fail to lose our representation, those kind of people are hard to replace. And you've heard the discussion, gentlemen and ladies. Do I hear a motion that we fulfill this agreement as presented? Mr. Morris has made the motion that we accept this agreement as presented, and we will sign off tonight and give it send it. You get one copy to go back.
I need both.
You get both,
And then sign it
and then you'll initiate it.
Then
One back.
one will come back to you.
All right.
I'll second that motion.
Second motion by Mr. Trudgeon. All those in favor? Unanimous? Motion? I see we need a motion for a resolution for the emergency operating plan. Okay. Okay. The emergency operating plan it should be fulfilled each year from the county, or 2 Armstrong County. And we need a motion to pass a resolution for the emergency operating plan. Do I hear a motion?
Where is the resolution?
Right here. It was a resolution.
Oh.
Whereas we're according to the section of Pennsylvania Emergency Operating Service Code 35. Now forward with the undersigned council, do hereby approve and adopt into immediate effect the emergency operating plan of West Kittanning Board. This is normally a procedure that carries on bi-yearly, and I see this come out in April 15th, 2020. I have a motion.
Make the motion.
Motion, Mr. Trudgeon. Second, Mr. Morris. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. I see 1, 2, 3. You had
That's all.
you showed three informants as far as the agenda. Okay, I think we need a motion to pay the bills, please. We need a motion. All the warrants be drawn, the bills be paid, sir. Anybody?
Bill should be read.
I'll make the motion for the bills.
I'll second that
Mr. Treasurer,
motion.
second, Ms. Conley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Bernie, I have one question. I mean, it's not about paying the bill. Pat, that the Oscar catch basin repairs, is that the one down there in Ford's Farm?
That was one of them. There was two there, actually. When it was all finished, you know.
Is there anything on the streets agenda this year? I mean, we talked about it in the past, but there's one right out here. I mean, you only have to go like 20 feet across the street and see what it's I mean, is there anything on the horizon that you're scheduling to try to get done here? You know, it's on cement.
We've got three that have to be replaced now. And they're a liability waiting to happen. These catch basins actually collapsed, and the street department has reviewed these, and they're kind of scratching out which way to go, and they actually need to go. There's no way to try to do something else with them, and to save the costs involved. They're going to have to be rebuilt. So they're addressing that to do it as much as we can in-house, and then the rest will take some professional services, but it'll be a reduced fee. So I can report on that. The River Coast is signed.
I just wanted to,
Anything else?
yeah, just one more thing. I mean, I'd asked if that was the one down at Ford's Farms. I had actually meant, is that the cost of the catch basin? Or did they just repair it?
They rebuilt it. It was rebuilt. It had to be rebuilt.
Do you have any idea what cement catch basin will cost? You decide to put some out and replace it?
You mean prefab jobs?
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, our prefabs, to buy prefab, you have to have it built to fit the hole.
You can add sections of pipe.
Yeah.
You have to put the-
Well, you know, and that actually occurred here not too recently. We encountered a section of pipe that was completely rusted out. And we had to unearth it and put new pipe in. We've got some general problems, but they can't be overcome on some of our streets and our waistlines, storm waistlines, of course, not sanitary waistlines. But they're jumping on them, and they're trying to stay ahead of it. But they will get accomplished soon. Yep. Probably within the next month.
The ones you're talking about?
I'm talking about the one on the corner of Harrison and First, the one on Midship on the 300 block of Cleveland. There's another one back on in the area of Southern and the cross street alley there. What is it called? So, you know, they're addressing it. And thank you for the indulgence of the citizens that you know, that are bearing with that. We've got people in this board, and they're conscientious, and they deserve to have, to know that the liability is being taken care of, the possible liability is being taken care of, close or in the right of ways of the property. And I've always said, if you've got problems, and you see a problem existing, don't hesitate to call, let us know, because you as a citizen and a property owner deserve everything that you can accomplish to keep you safe. Number one in this people's quality. I'd like to go around just go around Robin here, if you will. Do you have any comments to make, Mr. Moore? On the general procedure or anything? Okay, we can discuss that with the personnel committee.
Well, no, it's not good. Just, I know you just add a raise, well, everybody will. You know, you just add a raise, and I know we can discuss it now. But is it gonna be feasible? You know, I know $2 is a lot. I know whenever I had some guy here, you know, we weren't able to bring up to, you know, $2 or $1 for some of the guys over there. So with us, you know, building a new building and stuff like that, is it gonna be feasible? You know, to do it, because next year you'll want to raise again, and, you know, is he gonna be $2 then, or what?
We don't know what's going to happen next year.
Oh, I know that. Is that what he-
With the relation to the federal bonus that's going to arrive with hospitalization for municipalities, it's going to be, unless something changes their mind in Washington DC.
Can I comment that short?
Sometimes you might have to have a certain amount for that too, right? You know, for people.
Who knows?
In a,
Secretary Gabilas she's calling the shots right now in DC.
you know,
I think going from 3 borough workers down to 2 makes it more feasible. And he's also assuming more responsibility with the raise, and sort of promotion. Is what justified the raise.
Thank you, Mr. Morris.
well, no, I just,
Committee discussed it.
The personnel committee reviewed it, and,
Madam Conley, do you have any comments? Any ground-relevant comments?
well, I'd like to thank the auditors for the due diligence in this process. We definitely appreciate the time and the effort that they're putting through this, and we trust their judgment. Last year, they provided the council with some good recommendations, and we certainly took those into consideration and acted on a few of them. And this year, we will definitely do the same thing. We look forward to your report. At the time you present the report, all documentation will need to be submitted to council. That's what we ask for. Thank you very much.
Mr. Trudgeon, before you speak, I have something that I'd like to do. And I think this is worth noting on behalf of the council members, is what is transpiring and has transpired on the bluff, West Kittanning, or whether you're knowledgeable or not, but we've had 3 severe landslides on what we call the Pine Hill, or the old West Kittanning Hill. Years, possibly, where people could have been severely injured, lost property, such as automobiles, or even death with these recent landslides. If you look at the problem, and I think with your expertise and your background with foliage, trees, saplings, undergrowth, overgrowth, I think it's time that possibly that we address the fact that trees are being destroyed, cut back, we're losing, and when you cut a tree, especially on this bluff, you're cutting the maintenance of that length, that bank, being able to hold itself, the rootage is being destroyed. And I think we need something that should be looked at, and possibly maybe for a motion to stop this, because particularly in that one area over there where we had those 3 falls, you can look up and you can see where the stumps are still standing. Now that's dead vegetation, that's dead roots that are given away because those trees were taken out of there, probably for the beautification of being able to sit in your backyard or in your attic or wherever you might be sitting and seeing somebody, down in the riverbank fishing or something. But it's good, someday West Kittanning is gonna be an apple. Trust me.
I think you're right.
And it, especially in, I would like to, I'd like to sign for that, sir. You have the Ways and Means of meeting with the railroad people, and I'm sure they don't want to see that, because already they've had blockages on the railroad too, because of washouts. And technically, it's West Kittanning's water that's finding its way over that, but it never had to find its way before. And that foliage is there, and I know there's citizens in this very room tonight that live on the bluff. I live on the bluff. Fortunately, I'm not that close to where some of the other citizens are. And I certainly don't want to see part of their property escape itself and get down over there. So that's your job. I'd like to sign you that, sir. And if you could, if you'd like.
Okay.
You know that hillside is owned by the railroad.
Yeah.
And it comes up to the very crest at the top.
Yep.
And most of the people along there only own anywhere from 15 to 20 feet wide because of the Boro right-of-way, and the poles are on the Boro right-of-way. So if you go 15 feet from the right-of-way over, I won't even say it, over to my daughter's fence, there's only 21 feet. And from there on down is all railroad. And a few years ago, there was a washout, and I tried for 6 months to get the railroad to look at it, to give us some input of how to go ahead and fix it, and got no response from them. That's when it was Shawmut, that's when it went to a Boston outfit bought them, and another railroad outfit bought them. In my opinion, they don't really give a rat about what happens to that hillside.
Well,
Because when they don't want to communicate back, that means that they're not really concerned about what happens. Yes, you can see in years that I have owned that property and you've lived there, that that hill has sunk about 15 inches. But it hasn't moved in the last, say, 10 years or so.
I can recall the exact spot you mentioned there, where they killed all the vegetation for a right-of-way up there by the phone company. And the vegetation actually went into a slide. We had nothing but mud down. Now, the railroad will be conducive. I've spoken to an individual that works for the railroad, and they would be willing to just supply the signs and concur with an ordinance restricting the destroying of saplings. And I'm sure that anybody that lives in that area would be sympathetic with what we're discussing right now. Because it's going to happen. We may not live to see it, but if it keeps going the way it is right now, and somebody wants to go ahead and cut out the roots and cut out the foliage.
Your old house, you sold that?
Yes, I did.
I mean, I think it's progressive right there. I mean, just starting to go. Does it, you see any more, when we lived there, the years you lived there, it seemed like it's starting to go down.
The problem was with that, the borough came in, because I did complain about it, the drainage. They stopped the drain pipe on the property where I planted a big pine tree. And so right at that pine tree there, it's down by Lowy Forster's property. So you're gonna see that one pine tree right there. That's where they cut off the pipe. And I complained about it, said it was so stupid. That pipe should have been extended over the hillside because it's just washing that property out right there. So
Well, that's what I noticed. From his house down, it's
Well, yeah, okay. Well, you've got your marching orders, sir. I'd like you to, if you need help, choose somebody, or even they can do one of the private citizens. Somebody that might be involved.
yeah. If you look at it, you will see where it's
Save what we have.
where it ends. You know, right there. It's right by that pine tree. You can't miss it.
So that's all I had tonight, particularly. Thank you so much, citizens,
I've been on council
what you've
5 or
done,
6
what
years.
you've done tonight.
That pipe was like that beforehand too.
Excellent,
They wouldn't
excellent,
do anything.
professional.
They came in and replaced those toppers right there.
Where these people are cutting that vegetation that's up where Russell used to live, in that area, is that where you
From
had your
Russell
spills?
from Russell down to, you can stand on the bottom there and look up and see the stumps.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they went across the road then, on the Pine Hill Road, and cut further down the road.
Okay, the way I understand, I'm the last property owner on that side of the road going north.
Yeah, there's not much there left.
Nope, yeah, but I don't think these people that's cutting this brush and that, it's not even on their property.
That's where the issues are concerned.
I understand that, I'm the last
Well,
owner on
the
the
street right
hillside.
away going up to him is almost hanging out over the hill.
Yeah,
The street right away,
yeah.
especially the one in front of Smouse that bought the flower house.
But
Now those stumps are standing there.
they're doing this on somebody else's property. They're not doing it on their own property.
Well,
They don't own that
that's what we
property.
gotta correct.
How, I'm just
We're
gonna,
your house is gonna be down over, if we live long enough, you're gonna be sitting down on Pine Hill Road.
but isn't that property then East Franklin?
Yeah.
What's in the East Franklin Township?
Yeah,
But
so,
they take care of it.
but can West Kittanning, yeah, I was gonna say, we can't do anything.
Property around we have to work with.
I'm gonna get ahold of the railroad and
Okay.
talk to East Franklin, and we're gonna try to get it.
Very good. Thank you again. You know, we have speaking up and showing concern too. Again, thank you for everybody tonight. We're moving on here, and I guess, do I have a motion for adjournment?
You let Ken call.
Motion.
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned.
What's that?
I said, you didn't get the call.
That's all right. I was just gonna say I was excited.
I'm sorry.
I think you said, I think I didn't get to talk. I was just gonna say I'm excited about the building. I think that everybody will enjoy the building. It's gonna look nice. It's very small. No changes. Everything. Once it gets up, everybody will enjoy it. Let's can have a place to.
Thank you for this item.
I'm gonna get the damn microphone out.